Hello everyone, my name is Tabrez and welcome to my channel, That Indian FPL Guy. I have been thinking about creating a FPL channel for a long time now and finally it has become a reality. The purpose of this channel is to share my team, my transfer plans and my journey with you guys week in week out, or rather I should say game week in game week out, and the goal for this season is to finish in the top 10k, hopefully even better. If you have a similar goal, you have landed on the correct channel. Let's finish in the top 10k together. At this point, I would like to tell you guys that I am someone who likes to have fun with his team and yet score good points. Please do remember this while watching the video. Oh, and before we move on with the video, there is something I want to tell you guys. If you are watching this video, I'll be taking the liberty to assume that you are a football fan or someone who knows about football. So just to make things even more interesting, I'll add one quiz question from the field of football at the end of my videos. You can attempt those questions and answer them in the comment section below. I'll comment and pin the correct answer after 48 hours of uploading the video. Now, as you would have guessed from my thumbnail and the title of the video, that I am on a wildcard. The reason why I am on a wildcard right now is because I had Henderson in goal, double city defense in Luis and Diaz, Konsa from Villa, Barco on bench, Harry Winks, Rogers had to play as my 7th attacker every week, and obviously I had Erling Haaland. If you look at the right of your screen, you will see my game week points, total points and my overall rank. I'm even surprised as to how I am at 873,000 with the team that I had. That being said, let's look at the new team post wildcard. In the goalkeeper position, I've opted to go for Onana, and before you guys start thinking, are we back in 2012? Is the world ending? If not, why the heck does he have Onana? The reason why I have Onana is the fixtures for Manchester United. The next three with Leicester, Everton and Ipswich look really good from clean sheet point of view. Manchester United might not have been performing well in general, but guess what? They are keeping clean sheets. They have kept 4 clean sheets this season, which surprisingly is the joint second best, along with Nottingham Forest, and only Liverpool have kept more clean sheets. And with the new manager coming in, I only expect Manchester United to improve both in attack and in defense. The other two goalkeepers that I was considering for my wildcard team were Sels and Raya. As for Sels, Forest fixtures coming up are really bad when you look at it from clean sheet point of view. They face Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs and Brentford in the next 8. The only good fixture in between this terrible run of fixtures is Ipswich in game week 13, and I do not see any clean sheet potential apart from that Ipswich game. But we never know, maybe Forest will surprise me, as they have surprised many Premier League fans this season, sitting 3rd in the Premier League table. But I personally right now would not go towards Sels. Coming to Raya, I would have put Raya in my goal and I have the exact funds to do so, but as you will look at my team moving forward, you will realize why I do not currently have Raya. Arsenal form since the last 5 game weeks have not been super impressive. Still, the defensive number for Arsenal have been good, and with the run of fixtures coming up for them, I expect them to keep quite a few clean sheets, and with Odegaard back in the team, I only expect them to improve. But for my team currently, I'll wait for 3 to 4 game weeks and assess Arsenal's defense before making a goalkeeper transfer if the funds allow. Now, I've seen many FPL players say that for them goalkeepers are like set and forget, but for me, I see goalkeeper as a defender, and if you can make a defender transfer, so you can for goalkeepers as well. If switching to a different goalkeeper can improve your points potential drastically, I do not hesitate from doing so. Coming to the defense, I have opted for a double Liverpool defense, as they have been the best defensive team in the league and the numbers show for it. They have only conceded 6 goals this season and have kept 5 clean sheets along the way. Opting for Van Dijk and Konate also gives a good structure to the team, as I have a 6.2 million defender and a 5.3 million defender. So if I need to make any defender transfers in the future, I'll be covered for every price point. With Konate and Van Dijk, you also get guaranteed minutes, and with the busy period coming up really soon, having 2 defenders from the best defensive team in the league who plays 90 minutes every game seems like a no-brainer. Both of them offer goal threats as well. They each have a goal and an assist to their name this season. And if you look at any other Liverpool defender, only Trent is the one I can think of going to. But him costing 7 million, I would rather save a million or two by going for a cheaper Liverpool defender in Konate or Van Dijk and invest the saved money in the attack. As for Robertson, he's a rotation risk with Tsimikas. I would not even look at him right now. Talking about cheaper defenders, Ant Nori completes my defense. Wolves have been pathetic defensively, but all the people who are buying Ant Nori right now are not buying him for keeping clean sheets. Obviously, if he keeps clean sheet, that would be a bonus because Wolves right now cannot stop conceding. But we are obviously not buying him for that. We are buying him for the attacking returns that he can easily provide. His attacking positions have been good. He has 5 goal involvements this season with 3 goals and 2 assists. And the fixture run coming up for Wolves from Game Week 11, it is hard to not have him in the team. It is to note that he is on 4 yellow cards and just 1 away from a 1-match suspension. But that's the risk I'm willing to take with defenders on bench who can easily cover for him if he gets suspended. If you're making a wildcard team for Game Week 11 or Game Week 12, you can also look at Newcastle and Brighton defenders as both of these teams have good fixtures coming up, but the upside that Ant Nori provides, it is hard to see past the 4.7 million defender. That's all about the defense. Let's see how the midfield is looking. The first player in my midfield is Mohamed Salah. I've owned him since Game Week 1 and boy oh boy what a great decision it was. The first 5 game weeks were even between him and Haaland, but from Game Week 6 to Game Week 10, it was a one-way affair where Salah was scoring, assisting and punishing Haaland owners. I have seen people wanting to get to Salah but could not because they had to sell Haaland in order to do so, and Haaland also had these amazing fixtures coming up and they just kept faith in Haaland and Salah kept punishing them every week. The bad thing about having both Haaland and Salah for me was that I was not able to capitalize on his points by making Haaland captain every week since Game Week 6. Salah got me 44 points while Haaland got 14 in the last 5 game weeks, and that extra 30 captaincy point swing would have been massive. But what's gone is gone, and I'm only looking forward. And looking forward, Salah seems to be the best captaincy shout this week. He might get the armband this week, but we shall see about that. He's a proven FPL asset and would not be going away from my team anytime soon. Secondly, I have Palmer. What do I even say about him apart from the fact that if you do not own him, he is going to punish you and your ranks every time he scores because he is currently owned by 55.3% of the managers and for all the right reasons. Chelsea have been playing good attacking football under Maresca and Palmer is at the heart of it. With the ridiculous fixture run that Chelsea have from Game Week 12 till Game Week 29, I cannot see how you can go without Palmer unpunished. Chelsea face Man City and Spurs in the span of 17 game weeks, and to be honest, Chelsea have a chance to score goals in both these fixtures as well. The only thing that is putting me off currently is that he carries a knock and he has not trained yet. He might be doing individual training, and I do not think that Maresca would not play him in such an important match against Arsenal. Even if he does not train till Friday, has a training session on Saturday, I would ideally expect him to start on Sunday. And if he does not, I'll just play one of my bench players because I would really want him from Game Week 12 and he's a good captaincy shout in most of the weeks moving forward as well. Coming to my third midfielder, who is none other than Bruno Fernandes. And before you guys start commenting something like, tell me you are part of the cartel without telling me you are part of the cartel, I would like to tell you guys that he is here for only the next 3 fixtures and then I'll move on from him to Saka. As I told you guys that I like to have fun with my team and go punty sometimes, this is one of them. I ideally would have had Son instead of Fernandes, but with Son coming from an injury and playing only 55 minutes in the last match puts me off. Fernandes on the other hand has been creating many chances and have had many chances of his own. He only has 1 goal from an XG of 3.8. If he can convert 1 or 2 of the chances that he gets, really good days lie ahead. And does not he have the fixtures to do so? You know, every time I watch Manchester United play, I think how has Fernandes not returned points? And with just 7.8% ownership, he could be a very good differential and help me climb up those ranks quickly. Mbuemo completes my midfield. What can I say? The man is in the form of his life. He has been outperforming data by a huge margin by scoring 8 goals with a XG of only 3.8. Is it sustainable? Probably not. But with the next 3 games being Bournemouth, Everton and Leicester, I do expect him to at least give me 2 attacking returns, but it could easily be more the way Brentford attack. I got him at 7.4 million and he is going nowhere anytime soon. Coming to the forwards, you can see that I have double Wolves attack, and before you guys think that this guy has completely gone out of his mind and you would not have seen more surprises coming after Onana and Fernandes in the team, here I come with double Wolves attack. Since I am on a wildcard, I have this liberty to attack the Southampton fixture and go all out, hoping that both my attackers can return something. If not both, then at least one of them will, and I am happy to hedge my bets. But just like the Fernandes to Saka move, I have plans to remove one of them next week. I am not going to be sitting on a double Wolves attack, though that does not seem to be a very bad idea with the next 7 fixtures that they have and all the goals that will score. Larsen, Cunha or Ant-Nouri are most likely to be the players involved. Wolves have scored 14 goals this season and 11 of them have been scored by these 3 players. But still, I'll be looking to move on from either of the two to Jackson next week, as Chelsea themselves have an amazing run of fixtures, and Jackson being their lone striker, I do expect him to outperform both Cunha and Larsen in the coming 7 to 8 game weeks. I'm currently 85% sure that Larsen would be the one to go, as Cunha takes more shots and creates more chances. If you compare them, Cunha so far has 29 shots and 8 big chances created, whereas Larsen has only taken 14 shots and created 2 big chances. So if one of them has to go, it should be Larsen. Also, Cunha could possibly be on penalties. So for anyone who is confused who to bring in, if money is no issue, it really feels like Cunha should be the way to go. But money is always an issue, isn't it? And the last player to complete my team is Visa. He has the same fixtures as Mbeumo, and most of the goals that Brentford will score will come from either Visa or Mbeumo. So it makes sense for me to double up and attack on the fixtures. He has given 6 attacking returns in 6 starts that he has had. Is this rate of return possible in the long run? Probably not, but in the short run, it most likely is. I bought him for game week 9 and he has given me 10 points in that game week against Ipswich. Although he had a blank against Fulham, in the next 3 I expect him to give me at least 3 attacking returns. Even after Leicester in game week 13, Brentford have Villa in 14 and Newcastle in 15, where a team as attacking as Brentford can score a goal or 2. So he's most likely to stay in my team till game week 15 before I look to part ways with him. Now that you have seen my team and transfer plans, that is to do Fernandes to Saka and Larsen to Jackson, I'll be left with just 0.6 in the bank, which is the exact money needed to go from Onana to Raya. But if either Saka or Jackson increase in price, I would be priced out of them. And with the international break in between, I do not want to take any chances. Hence, for all that's worth, I think Onana will stay in my team. Let's quickly look at the bench. First up is Fabianski. He's the only 4 million playing goalkeeper, so he's there in the team. Even with him starting for West Ham, they have been so bad defensively that I might not look to play him ever. Next up is Morgan Rogers. I have had him since game week 1 and he has been great value for me ever since. I had to play him every week because of the way my team was structured, and I got 3 goals, 2 assists, 4.4 points per match from a 5 million midfielder. What more could have I asked for? The only other 5 million player who is of great value and that was in contention for my team was Bonanate from Leicester. I hope that's how the name is pronounced. He has 3 goals, 2 assists and 4.1 points per match, but for the money that I have in Rogers, he stays. My third bench player is Fofana. I really wanted to have Colwill, but he's 4.6 at the moment, which will price me out of Raya if all things go well in the future. It is worthy to note that he is due a price drop. If he drops in price before the deadline, I'll have him in my team. But Fofana is not a bad alternative at 4.5 million and he's as nailed as one can expect. He has started 9 out of the 10 games and played 90 in 8, so I do not have starting concerns with him, but would still love to have Colwill in my team. Brighton and Chelsea defenders rotate really well from game week 12 and ideally I wanted to have a Brighton defender as well, but I did not see who I could remove from my team. Finishing off is O'Shea from Ipswich. The other option was Vandenberg from Brentford, and Brentford are a really good attack but pathetic defensively, and I do not expect them to keep clean sheets. Also, Oshia is a goal threat from corners, but he is most likely to be sitting out as my third bench option most weeks. Quickly coming to the captaincy, I currently have Salah as my captain and Fernandes as vice, because why not? Let's have fun, right? But here is a twist. If this video magically gets 200 likes, which is very doubtful, and I do not even know if this video will get 200 views, but if by some magic I get 200 likes on this video before the deadline tomorrow, I'll be captaining Kunya just for fun. So guys, you will be the one deciding my captain for game week 11. I'll be posting my final team on X just before the deadline, so you can go and follow me there for final updates. So that's it for the FPL video. Now let's jump onto the quiz question. You know, the reason why this question is here in my very first video is that this is one of my all-time favorite football stories. So George Best is describing an incident at a football academy in Australia. This is how the story or the incident goes. I was with Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law and X. We were coaching a football academy in Australia. The youngsters did not respect X, including making fun of his weight and age. We decided to let the guys challenge a coach to hit the crossbar 10 times in a row, and obviously they picked the old large guy. Dennis Law asked the kids how many they thought the old large coach would get out of 10. Most said less than 5. I said 10. The old large guy stepped up and hit 9 in a row. For the 10th shot, he scooped the ball in the air, bounced it off both shoulders and his head, then flicked it over with his heel and cannoned the ball off the crossbar on the volley. They all stood in silence, shocked. And then one kid asked who he was. I replied, "To you, his name is Mr. X." All you have to do is identify which player I'm talking about here. So that's the question, and as I have said before in the video, comment down your answers and I'll comment the correct answer 48 hours later. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video real soon.